You're lying in bed trying to fall asleep, but your mind won't stop racing. You replay conversations, imagine worst-case scenarios, and feel a tightness in your chest that you can't quite explain. Nothing dangerous is happening, yet your body feels like it's on high alert. That feeling, that's anxiety. But what really is anxiety, and why does something so uncomfortable even exist in the first place? In this video, we're going to break it down in a simple human way of what exactly is anxiety. No complicated jargon, just a clear look at what anxiety really is, what it does to your mind and body, and why it might actually be trying to help you, even when it doesn't feel like it. Let's get into it, right here on History of Simple Things. At its core, anxiety is your body's natural response to perceived danger or uncertainty. It's not just worry or overthinking, it's a full-body experience. When you feel anxious, your brain is essentially saying, "Something might be wrong. Get ready." This triggers a chain reaction in your body. Your heart beats faster, your breathing becomes shallow, your muscles tense up, and your mind scans for threats. This response is closely tied to what scientists call the fight or flight response, a survival mechanism that humans have had for thousands of years. So anxiety isn't random. It's your body trying to protect you. To understand anxiety, we have to go back in time, way back. Imagine early humans living in the wild. If they heard a rustle in the bushes, it could be a predator. The ones who reacted quickly, who felt that surge of fear and adrenaline, were more likely to survive. Anxiety was useful. It kept people alive. That same system still exists in us today. The problem? Our world has changed, but our brains haven't caught up. Instead of predators, we now face things like deadlines, social pressure, financial stress, and uncertainty about the future. Your brain doesn't always know the difference between a life-threatening danger and a stressful email. To your body, both can trigger the same alarm system. A key player in anxiety is a small part of the brain called the amygdala. Think of the amygdala as your brain's alarm system. Its job is to detect threats and sound the alarm when something feels off. When the amygdala senses danger, real or imagined, it sends signals to the rest of your body to prepare for action. That's when you feel the physical symptoms of anxiety. But here's where it gets tricky. The amygdala doesn't always rely on logic. It reacts quickly, sometimes too quickly, and can misinterpret harmless situations as threats. That's why you might feel anxious about things that don't seem dangerous at all. Anxiety and fear are closely related, but they're not the same thing. Fear is a response to an immediate, real threat. Example, a car suddenly swerves toward you. Anxiety is a response to a potential or future threat. Example, worrying about a job interview tomorrow. Fear is short-lived and disappears once the danger is gone. Anxiety, on the other hand, can linger. It can stick around even when nothing is actually happening. That's why anxiety often feels harder to turn off. Feeling anxious occasionally is completely normal. In fact, it can even be helpful. A little anxiety can keep you alert, help you prepare, and motivate you to take action. But sometimes, anxiety becomes more than just a temporary feeling. When it becomes constant, overwhelming, or starts interfering with daily life, it may be linked to conditions like anxiety disorder. This can include generalized anxiety, constant worrying, panic attacks, sudden intense fear, and social anxiety, fear of being judged. In these cases, the brain's alarm system is essentially stuck in on mode, even when there's no real danger. One of the most confusing things about anxiety is how physical it feels. You might experience a racing heart, sweaty palms, dizziness, nausea, and tightness in your chest. This happens because anxiety activates your body's stress response. Hormones like adrenaline and cortisol flood your system, preparing you to either fight or run. But if there's nothing to fight and nowhere to run, that energy has nowhere to go. So it builds up, making the sensation even more uncomfortable. That's why anxiety doesn't just feel like a thought, it feels like something happening to your entire body. While anxiety is physical, it's also deeply connected to your thoughts. Your brain is constantly trying to predict the future. It asks questions like, what if something goes wrong? What if I fail? And what if people judge me? This what-if thinking is actually meant to help you prepare, but sometimes it spirals out of control. The brain starts imagining worst-case scenarios, even when they're unlikely. And the more you think about them, the more real they feel. It becomes a loop. You think something bad might happen. Your body reacts with anxiety. The physical feeling convinces you the threat is real, and you think about it even more, and the cycle continues. Anxiety can feel overwhelming, confusing, and even scary. But when you understand what it is and why it happens, it starts to feel a little less mysterious. It's not just random panic. It's not just in your head. It's a deeply rooted survival system that's been with humans for thousands of years. And while it doesn't always get things right, it's doing what it was designed to do: keep you safe. And sometimes understanding is the first step toward feeling more in control. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.